All right, so how many of you have heard of police detection dogs? Quite a few. All right, so these are the dogs that are able to find drugs and bombs and search for survivors in the rubble of an earthquake. But they've also been used to find a few more unusual things. They've been used to find bed bugs in the furniture of apartments in New York City. And they can do this because they have an incredibly powerful nose. A nose that's that's about able to smell 1 to 2 parts per trillion of airborne odorants. That's about 10,000, 20,000 times as strong as a human nose. It's kind of like having the entire population of University City's noses inside your own nose. And it's because of that special ability that I'm able to use a Belgian Malinois named Pinkerton to find something a little bit more unorthodox: monkey poop. Actually, ape poop, to be accurate, because I'm working with the black-crested gibbon, which is a critically endangered primate. And to get a sense of what they're like, if you can imagine the greatest acrobat you've ever seen, just swinging through the branches of a canopy rainforest, singing her heart out, all the while eating a fig with a baby on her back. And she's also 3 feet tall and covered in orange fur, but you get the point. And the real tragedy here is that there's only about 15,000 of these amazing animals left in the world, almost all of whom live in the mountaintop forests of southwest China. And that's because up to about 6,000 feet, all of the available forest has been cut down for agriculture, for these terraced fields of grain that are going up and down the mountains, which leaves the gibbons way up here, unable to come down and cross over the valley to meet up with the gibbons way over there. We call this a sky island. So in order to help these gibbons, to help conserve them, what we have to do is figure out how many are surviving in these mountaintop forests and what the genetic diversity is among the groups so we can work to manage them together. And to do that, you need a lot of DNA samples, but you can't just take a cheek swab and send it off to 23andMe. You need to do something a little bit more creative, and in this case, I work with Scat. The genetic sample of the most lowly origins, the one thing that every primate leaves behind in the forest. But you can't just see easily something that's greenish-brown against a brownish-green forest floor. And that's where Pinkerton comes in, because his nose can smell what I can't see. So when we're walking around the forest and he stumbles upon something that has potential, he leans in, takes a big breath, mulls it over, and if it's the right kind of scat, he'll lay down and put his paws on either side of it, wagging his tail the whole time, all in the hopes of getting his reward, which is 30 seconds with his tennis ball. So we found enough samples now that we're going to be able to map the genetic diversity of these species and conserve them for the future. So I want to leave you with the fact that science doesn't just happen in a cold, sterile lab. It also, sometimes, the ideas and tools from our daily lives are the ones that can have the greatest impact on the world around us.